Hello, welcome to our prayer channel. Here, you will find a space dedicated to connecting with the divine through detailed and reflective prayers. To receive videos that nourish your soul, subscribe right now and activate notifications so you don't miss any special prayer we have prepared with great care for you. May the grace and peace of God be with you. So, let's go. Psalm 139. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You understand my thought afar off. You comprehend my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You have hedged me behind and before, and laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high, I cannot attain it. Where can I go from your spirit? Or where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend into heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall fall on me, even the night shall be light about me. Indeed, the darkness shall not hide from you, but the night shines as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to you. For you formed my inward parts. You covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret, and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Your eyes saw my substance, being yet unformed, and in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me, before any of them existed. How precious also are your thoughts to me, O God! How great is the sum of them! If I should count them, they would be more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still with you. Oh, that you would slay the wicked, O God! Depart from me, therefore, you bloodthirsty men. For they speak wickedly against you. Your enemies take your name in vain. Do I not hate them, O Lord, who hate you? And do I not loathe those who rise up against you? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxieties, and see if there is any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. With reverence and admiration, let's detail each verse of Psalm 139, transforming it into a prayer of acknowledgement of God's omniscience and omnipresence, and seeking His guidance. Psalm 139. Detailed in prayer with explanations. Verse 1. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. O Lord my God, with humility I acknowledge that you have examined me deeply and know me completely. There is no part of me hidden from you. You search my heart and my mind with an understanding that transcends my own. This initial verse establishes God's omniscience, His ability to know everything completely. Searched implies a thorough and deep examination. The statement, "and known me," declares a divine intimacy that goes beyond superficial understanding. The prayer begins with the recognition of this fundamental truth. Verse 2. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You understand my thought afar off. Lord, you observe every moment of my life, from when I sit down to rest until when I rise up to act. And your wisdom is so vast that you understand my thoughts and intentions long before they fully form in my mind. This verse details the extent of divine knowledge, encompassing both external actions, my sitting down and my rising up, and internal processes, my thoughts. Understand my thought afar off emphasizes the depth of God's perception, which transcends human limitations of time and space. The prayer marvels at this divine ability. Verse 3. You comprehend my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. O God, you completely envelop me in your knowledge and care, whether I am active and walking the paths of life, or when I retire for rest. Every step I take, every decision I make, is fully known by you. This verse reinforces the idea of God's omniscience in relation to the psalmist's actions and lifestyle. You comprehend my path and my lying down, suggests a constant presence and intimate knowledge of all activities. Are acquainted with all my ways implies a deep understanding of the choices and direction of life. The prayer seeks awareness of this divine presence in all activities. Verse 4. Before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. Lord, your understanding is so complete that, even before a word is formed on my lips, you already know its content, its intention, and its meaning. Nothing I say takes you by surprise. Your wisdom precedes my own expression. This verse highlights the depth of divine knowledge, which precedes human communication itself. The phrase, before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know. It altogether demonstrates a level of intimacy and understanding that goes beyond spoken language. The prayer marvels at this divine perception that precedes expression. Verse 5. You have hedged me behind and before, and laid your hand upon me. O God, I feel completely surrounded by your protective presence, both in the past and in the future. Your hand is upon me, a sign of your power, your authority, and your constant care. I recognize that I am under your sovereignty and in your loving control. This verse describes God's omnipresence and power enveloping the psalmist. You have hedged me behind and before suggests complete protection in all directions and at all times. And laid your hand upon me symbolizes God's authority, control, and care over the psalmist's life. The prayer seeks security in this divine presence and power. Verse 6. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high, I cannot attain it. Lord, the depth of your knowledge about me and all of creation is truly astonishing and incomprehensible to my limited mind. It is a mystery so grand and sublime that it surpasses my capacity for full understanding. This verse expresses the psalmist's humility before the vastness of God's knowledge. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high, I cannot attain it, reveals the awareness of human limitation in the face of divine omniscience. The prayer acknowledges this difference and marvels at God's greatness. Verse 7. Where can I go from your spirit, or where can I flee from your presence? O omnipresent God, I recognize that there is no place in the universe where I can escape your presence or depart from your spirit. Your essence permeates all creation, and your gaze reaches every corner. Where could I go to be far from you? This verse introduces God's omnipresence, his ability to be present in all places at the same time. The rhetorical question, where can I go from your spirit, or where can I flee from your presence, emphasizes the impossibility of hiding from God. The prayer acknowledges this fundamental truth of the divine nature. Verse 8. If I ascend into heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, you are there. Lord, whether in the highest and most glorious places of heaven, or in the depths of Sheol, the realm of the dead, your presence reaches me. There is no limit to your dominion. You are everywhere. This verse illustrates God's omnipresence through extreme examples. If I ascend into heaven, you are there. And if I make my bed in hell, behold, you are there. Encompass the extremes of the known universe, affirming God's presence in both. The prayer surrenders to this reality of divine presence in all places. Verse 9. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, O God, even if I tried to reach the ends of the earth with the swiftness of dawn, or take refuge in the most remote places of the oceans, your hand would still reach me, and your care would follow me. This verse continues to explore God's omnipresence through images of vastness and distance. If I take the wings of the morning represents the speed of the light of dawn, and if I dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea symbolizes the most distant and unexplored places. The prayer recognizes that not even the greatest distance can separate from God's care. Verse 10. Even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. Lord, wherever I go, in whatever situation I find myself, your hand will guide me with wisdom, and your powerful right hand will sustain me, preventing me from falling and strengthening me in my weaknesses. I trust in your leadership and your constant support. This verse offers comfort and security in God's omnipresence. Even there your hand shall lead me, promises divine direction in all places. And your right hand shall hold me, assures God's support and strength to face challenges. The prayer seeks this divine guidance and sustenance in all circumstances. Verse 11. If I say, surely the darkness shall fall on me, even the night shall be light about me. O God, even if I find myself in the deepest darkness, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, the darkness cannot hide me from you. For you the night becomes like the day, and the darkness around me is illuminated by your presence. This verse addresses God's omniscience in relation to darkness. If I say, surely the darkness shall fall on me, expresses the attempt to hide, or the feeling of being enveloped in darkness. Even the night shall be light about me reveals that darkness is no obstacle to divine perception. The prayer seeks the light of God's presence even in the darkest moments. Verse 12. Indeed, the darkness shall not hide from you, but the night shines as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to you. Lord, for you, there is no distinction between light and darkness. Your vision penetrates all darkness, and the night shines with the same clarity as the day. Your omniscience transcends all limitations of our human perception. This verse reaffirms God's omniscience in relation to darkness, emphasizing his ability to see and know in all circumstances. Indeed, the darkness shall not hide from you, but the night shines as the day. The darkness and the light are both alike to you, declares the equality between light and darkness for divine perception. The prayer marvels at this unlimited capacity of God. Verse 13. For you formed my inward parts, you covered me in my mother's womb. O God, you are the creator of my innermost being. You formed me with care and precision in my mother's womb, shaping every part of my body with your wisdom and power. I recognize that my existence is a testimony to your marvelous work. This verse turns to God's creation of the human being, emphasizing his intimate knowledge from conception. For you formed my inward parts suggests God's possession and control over the psalmist's formation. You covered me in my mother's womb uses a beautiful image of the careful and intricate creation of the human body. The prayer recognizes God as the creator and marvels at his work. Verse 14. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. Lord, my heart overflows with praise as I contemplate the wonder of my own creation by your hands. I recognize that I was formed in an awesome and inexplicable way, and all your works are marvelous beyond comprehension. My soul bears witness to this truth. This verse is an expression of praise for the complexity and wonder of human creation. Fearfully and wonderfully made acknowledges the intricate and surprising nature of the formation of the human body. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well, declares the psalmist's admiration for God's works. The prayer joins in this praise for creation. Verse 15. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret, and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. O God, even when I was being formed in secret in my mother's womb, in a hidden and deep place, every bone, every fiber of my being was known by you. Nothing of my formation escaped your watchful eye. This verse continues to describe God's intimate involvement in the formation of the human being. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret, emphasizes that even the most internal and hidden parts of the body were known by God, and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth, reinforces the image of careful and detailed creation. The prayer marvels at this intimate knowledge of God from conception. Verse 16. Your eyes saw my substance, being yet unformed, and in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me, before any of them existed. Lord, even before I took form, your eyes already saw me. All the days of my life, every detail of my existence, were already written in your book, before any of them came to be. Your foreknowledge and your plan for me are unfathomable. This verse reveals God's foreknowledge, his prior knowledge of the psalmist's entire life. Your eyes saw my substance, being yet unformed, indicates that God knew the psalmist before his birth. And in your book, they all were written, suggests a detailed divine plan for each individual's life. The prayer surrenders to this foreknowledge and God's plan. Verse 17. How precious also are your thoughts to me, O God. How great is the sum of them. O God, as I meditate on the vastness of your knowledge and the depth of your care for me, how precious your thoughts concerning me become. The sum of them is incalculable, exceeding all my capacity for understanding. This verse expresses the psalmist's admiration for God's thoughts. How precious also are your thoughts to me, O God. How great is the sum of them. Reveals the appreciation for divine care and attention. The vastness of God's thoughts is presented as something inscrutable. The prayer seeks to value and meditate on God's care. Verse 18. If I should count them, they would be more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still with you. Lord, if I tried to count your thoughts of love and care for me, I would discover that they are more numerous than the grains of sand on the seashore. And even when I awake each new day, your presence remains with me, constant and faithful. This verse continues to emphasize the abundance of God's thoughts. The comparison with the sand illustrates their countless number. The phrase, when I awake, I am still with you, reinforces the idea of God's constant presence in the psalmist's life. The prayer rejoices in this continuous presence. Verses 19-22. While important, these verses shift the focus to hatred of the wicked and alignment with God against them. To maintain focus on omniscience and omnipresence, we can include them briefly in the prayer, acknowledging God's justice. Verses 19-22 summarized, Just God, I recognize your hatred against evil and align my heart with your desire for justice. May the wicked depart from me, for I oppose those who rise up against you and take your name in vain. My hatred of evil is complete, for it is an affront to your holy character. These verses express the psalmist's alignment with God's hatred of wickedness and his separation from the wicked. It is important to note that this passage is complex and has been interpreted in various ways. In the context of the prayer, it can be seen as a desire for purity and to turn away from what offends God. Verses 23-24. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxieties, and see if there is any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. O God, who searches me and knows me deeply, I ask you now, examine my heart, investigate my innermost thoughts. Test me, Lord, and know my anxieties and motivations. Reveal if there is any wicked way in me, any inclination that displeases you, and lead me with your loving hand in the way everlasting, the way of life and truth. These final verses are a humble request for God to examine the psalmist's heart and thoughts, seeking any deviation and asking for his guidance to the everlasting way. It is a recognition of human fallibility and the need for divine direction. The prayer surrenders to God's evaluation and seeks his guidance for eternal life. I hope this detailed verse-by-verse prayer, along with the in-depth explanations, helps you to meditate on the depth of Psalm 139 and to connect with God's omniscience and omnipresence in a meaningful way. Here, in this space, we will together delve into powerful words that have been a shield for countless hearts throughout the centuries. We will explore a psalm that is a true beacon of faith and a promise of divine protection in every verse. So you don't miss this transformative journey and receive more messages that nourish your soul, I invite you right now to subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you join a community that seeks strength and hope in faith. And if you believe this message can touch the heart of someone who needs comfort and security today, I kindly ask you to share this video. Be a beacon of hope in someone else's life. Together, we can spread this message of faith and protection.